Hi, I'm going to run you through a quick application process to get into magnet school. So if you're having some issues with enrolling or applying for magnet school or have some questions about the application, hopefully this quick walkthrough will be able to clear that up for you. To get to the application, you can go to usd259.org/magnet. Or if you want to get there from the main page, this is just the main page of the district website, usd259.org. You're going to click Departments. And from there, you'll go down to the M's and find Magnet Programs. Magnet Programs, you have, when you get to our page, you'll have this big graphic here that says Apply Here. You're going to click on that. And then it takes you to a website called SchoolNet. This is unaffiliated with the district website. So if you have an account for Parent View or Student View or anything like that, it doesn't work here. So you're going to have to create your own account. And when you get in here, you'll see this information over here where you will put in your information to create an account. And then once you have that account created, you can log in over here. If you've already filled out an application for a magnet student, but you don't remember what contact information or password you used, you can simply just click right here to retrieve it. Once you have that information and you have your account, you know your username and password, you'll put it in here and you'll click log in. If you've applied for magnet schools before, you will see students that you've applied for up here. Now, since I work in the magnet office, I've gone in to do some things. I always create a fake student. So these are just these are just fake accounts. But if you're starting an application for a new student, you'll click Start a New Application for another student right here in the green. First thing it's going to ask is the school year you're applying for, and there's only one school year you can apply for right now, and that's the next school year, 21-22. It's going to ask to look up your student. It might be a lot of information if you have all this. So if the student currently enrolled in Wichita Public Schools, if you click yes, it's going to ask you if you have a public schools, a WPS student ID. It's fine if you do. You'll put the information in right here. If you click no, which a lot of parents don't know the student ID, and that's completely fine, it kind of gives you a little bit of a deceiving message. It says, please call your school for their student ID, but then it says, or you may continue with no ID. So you do not need an ID here. So we're just going to go on like, I don't know my student's ID. So I'm going to continue with no ID. After that, you're going to agree to the terms and you're going to continue on to the application. It's going to ask you for the student information first. So a lot of parents accidentally put in their information here, but you want the student's information. So I'm going to name this kid student number 3, because I've already done number 1 and number 2. Then you're going to put in their birthday. The software does take birthday into account relevant to the grade you're applying for. So if you have a student that's not 5 by the cutoff date and you're applying for kindergarten, it will not let you continue because the student's not old enough. So I'm going to pick an arbitrary date that would make my student of kindergarten age, and we're going to apply for a kindergarten spot. Then it asks you here just demographic information that you'll fill out. Then it asks you for your current grade. You can choose none or pre-K or whatever grade applies. If you choose pre-K, it'll ask you for the current school. I'm just going to go with none. I'm applying, like I said, for kindergarten. Current school, none. Home address. Now this is where you'll start typing in your street address. And then it takes a second, and if you live within the district, it should recognize it and give you options down here. So this address I typed in came up 1622 Hood. I'm going to choose that, and then it gives me an option for my apartment or building number, and then of course city, state, and zip code. On this next page, you're going to do the parent and guardian information. So this should be mostly blank outside of the address, which will carry over from the student. But since I've been on here before, it automatically remembers the last name I put in. and you'll fill out your information here. The first question up here asks, with whom does this applicant live? If you choose both parents, you'll need to put in the information for both parents, which is usually a good idea because when we're contacting about spots available, one parent isn't always able to get to the phone, so it's good to have a second phone number there for us. But just for time's sake, I'm going to choose mother only. We're just going to go with this one. Preferred contact method, I'll say cell phone. And I've got that information in there already. Put in my email. Does parent legal guardian work for USD 259? If you do, then there is a priority for your student. So click yes and hit your employee ID, type in your employee ID number and the school or building that you work at. If you do not, just click no, and it'll go down and ask, does your family qualify for free or reduced lunches? You can click yes, no, or not sure. This is just for record keeping purposes. It is not relevant to the selection process. You're going to choose your home language spoken. You're going to continue. And I did something wrong. This just came up and said magnet says the following errors were found. Relation is required. So highlight relation right here because I did not choose anything. So I'm going to go ahead and choose mother. And then I'm going to continue. School selection is where you will select your top 3 schools. We have the different communities here: STEM and the arts, communications, college, or traditional college and career readiness, and leadership. My student is interested in STEM and science, so I'm going to pick 3 schools from here. I'm going to go with my first choice being Gordon Parks. My second choice is going to be Mueller. Then my third choice is going to be Woodland. Now, when we run the lottery, it's going to run the lottery just for your first choice. If your student does not get into that first choice, then you'll be put on a wait list for your second and third choice. Does this student have a brother or sister currently attending the school? Again, this is a priority question. If you're applying to a school that the student already has a sibling going to, then you will have a priority in the lottery selection. So you definitely want to click yes and type the name of that student. I'm just going to, again, for time purposes, click no. This is my first student at this particular school. I'm going to click continue. And then you simply sign your name here. I'm just going to put some gibberish. And then you hit continue. After you hit continue, it's going to have you review all of your information. If you want to go back and change something, say in student information, you just come up over here and click student information. And you change what you want to change. Then you go back to review and send, scroll to the bottom and hit submit my application. You don't have to submit it right away. You can finish later. If you want to come back and work on something, or you need to gather some kind of information or something. I am not going to submit this because I don't want to put a fictional student into our database, but that is essentially the application process. Thanks.